What's up, everybody? So back with another video. So a couple things. If you like the videos, if you like what's being said, if you like the topics, please leave a comment below, thumbs it up, subscribe, hit the notification next to subscribe so you can get those videos as soon as they drop, and also share it with people, you know. And like I always say in my videos, this may not be for you. This may not pertain to your life. But you know what? This is what I've, noticed throughout my life, throughout my time here on earth, with dealing with people in different situations. So always be mindful of other people. Just because they may not help you, there are some people that this video may help. These topics may help. So, all right. Let's get into it. My name's Gino, aka Hot Lava, BKA, the one that sees. And today's topic is about bitter people. That's right. We're finally talking about this after so long. A lot of people don't talk about it. They vent here and there to each other, but not really talk about it. So, bitter people, just a couple things. First, we want to talk about in the workplace. So I've always been in sales pretty much all my life. And you get bitter people on both ends. People you work with, people that just come in to buy stuff, customers. So I just want to talk about the customers for a minute, the bitter customers. So what I don't understand is because you are not happy with your life and how things are going on in your life, that you bitter people like to come into people's places of work, of employment, and try to treat them any kind of way. Like they deserve to be treated because you are bitter. You're not happy. And I know bitter people are going to be like, I ain't bitter. Well, what, he bitter. He don't know what he's talking about. Real talk. Just because people work at a sales store or wherever it may be, don't mean that you get to go to that place and treat these employees like crap because you're not happy. Whether you're happy because you think your life sucks, whether you're unhappy because nobody likes you, and it's probably because you're bitter, whether it's because you can't find a good job, and you get treated like crap at your job. So you're bitter because somebody's being bitter to you, and it just balances out in your mind that, what, since I'm bitter and I get treated bitter, I'm going to go be bitter to somebody else. That's bull crap. Bitter people, you need to get your thinking caps on and stop acting like that. That is bogus, because at the end of the day, everybody deserves to be happy. Because you're bitter, don't take your bitter ass in somebody's place of employment and be bitter with them. Because you never know when you go see that person outside of their workplace and they catch you and they're like, oh yeah, you was the one that was in my store popping off, talking down to me like you better than me and this, that, and other. And whap, they might give you that 2-piece without the chicken. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, it can happen. Don't let your bitterness get you crossed up. Okay, so now we talk about bitterness at the workplace. So mostly you find this in people who have a title, who is like your boss or, your assistant manager or regional manager, whatever. They're, again, not happy with their life and they've had a bad day. And so they want to project it out on somebody else to make themselves feel good. Bitter people, bitter managers, assistant managers, co-workers, whatever the case may be. Again, you can't afford to be bitter to somebody who's not even affecting you to be bitter. Like if you're bitter because of something outside of work, then leave that outside. If you're bitter about something that's going on at work, address the situation. Real talk. If You think your coworkers are not performing like they're supposed to, call them out. Talk to them about it. But don't be bitter about it. Don't sit there and do undermining stuff, whether it's, make them do more work because you don't want to do no work because you're upset, you're bitter, or whether you don't give them enough hours because you bitter, Maybe the situation is you're bitter and people don't want to come in and talk to you, so they go in and talk to the people that are happy. They want to be more associated with the people that are happy, not your bitter ass. You know what I'm saying? So, again, if you bitter, leave that stuff outside the workplace. You go to work to do a job. You get paid to do a job. Your job is to work alongside your coworkers or your employees, whatever, and to get the job done, to make sure the customers are happy. Because when you're bitter and you project it on the people you work with, they still have this funk about them, and customers can see that. Like good customers, people that are happy, they can come in and be like, man, you're not your usual stuff today. What's going on? And of course, you can't talk about it because it's almost like the confidentiality law, almost, kind of, sort of, maybe not, you know what I'm saying, point. But, you don't want to just be spreading what's going on at your job to everybody because people do talk, Like there's a saying that, when I grew up, I used to hear all the time, those that gossip to you will gossip about you. It's real talk. It is what it is. Now, facts is not really gossiping, especially how you're using the facts. But that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother topic. All right. So bitter in relationships. Let's talk about people being bitter in relationships. So there's a couple places that I go. And I'm not saying no names of these places, and I'm not saying no names of people, but there's people that are just not happy. They go to work and they never smile and they just project such a deep and heavy bitterness, like to their employees, to the people that come in. And what I don't understand is that if you're having problems in your personal life, you leave that at home. As a customer, when I go into a place, I don't want to come across a worker that's in a pissy mood. You know what I'm saying? Because truthfully, that makes me just want to be like, why don't you take your pissy ass home? Be bitter at home. Like, I come here to spend money, and customer service, I feel like, needs to have a smile on, not a fake smile. And we all know we get these fake smiles from these workers, these employees of these establishments that we go to. So your personal life, if you're not happy in your personal life, that's something that you need to evaluate. Evaluate your situation. Evaluate, what's going on at home or in your personal life. Evaluate that and leave that shit outside of the workplace. Because when you go to work to do a job. You get paid to do a job. You get paid to go in there and help customers and be happy and get them what they need. When you bitter, you just going to work just to collect a check. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a real feeling. It's like you're just going through the motions, whatever. I don't care. I'm just here to get a check, blah, blah, blah. And that is just messed up. So stop being bitter. Okay. Relationship wise, being bitter. If you with somebody and they always upset, angry, whatever the case may be, you need to evaluate, like, why am I with this bitter ass person? And I know a lot of y'all right now would be like, well, the person I'm with ain't, yeah, sometimes they be, but they're, good person, da-da-da. But is that really what you're saying when you're not with that bitter ass person? Is that what you're showing people when you're with that bitter ass person, or when you're without that bitter person? Like, how you function when you're not around bitter people tells you that, man, I'm in a toxic environment. This is toxic, not just to me, because it projects to me, and then I project it to other people, and people can see right through my skin. You know, the sandstorm is real. You know, people, this is all I'm saying. If you're unhappy, fix what you're unhappy about. Whether it's your job, you work for a crap boss that is a lazy pile and he just projects all the work onto you. Hey, handle that. Whether it's a customer that comes in and just got asshole written all over his face, there ain't too much you can do about that as a worker, but you can kind of say some things like, I've even done this, you know, being in sales. Customers come in and got that asshole entourage right behind them, supporting them and everything. That asshole entourage, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like when they come in, it feel like 5 or 6 more assholes is running with this mob. I'm just saying. So customer come in and hey, how you doing? You know, what can we do for you? Oh, I don't know. How am I supposed to know? I just walked in. First thing in my mind is like, are you serious? Like, who goes to stores or places and not know what they want? At least have an idea of what they want. So when that customer did that, I simply was like, all right, well, I mean, you might want to just stay at home then if you don't know what you want coming up in here. You know, just said it kind of jokingly. And they pumped their brakes a little bit like, what the hell? And, you know, so you can still kind of say some stuff. You just can't say a lot. And I know it sucks because people feel entitled to treat people disrespectfully because they drove to your establishment where you work, or they brought their kids in. I had a customer, no lie, come in just with that asshole entourage, but had one of his kids with him, and he was buying them he was buying to his kids some item, and at the end of the transaction, I didn't deal with him because I couldn't. As soon as he walked in with that entourage, I literally had to go somewhere else. I went and helped some other customers. But the whole time he's in there, that entourage, they backing him up. Be an asshole, be an asshole, be an asshole. And I'm just like, this dude is turned up. For real. But at the end of the transaction, my coworker said, well, you guys enjoy your items. And the customer says to my coworker, well, I don't even really think they deserve it. You know, they don't, da-da-da-da-da, chop, chop, chop. And I'm just like, are you serious? Yeah, I don't know why they feel like they're entitled to have stuff, but I get it for them, you know, da-da-da. That's bogus. Like, why are you bitter because your kids don't act right, but then yet you buy them stuff even though they don't act right? Okay, I don't know if anybody that's watching this right now has seen my other video, Self-Worth. But again, if your kids don't act right, basically they treating you like $1.75, and you still getting them shit. You still getting them stuff, buying them iPads, iPhones, Samsung Galaxy S9. You buying them whatever they want, and they still acting like an asshole. You can't be mad at nobody but your bitter ass. You know why? Because why would your kids change if they act out and don't do what they're supposed to around the house, but you still buy them stuff? Seriously, people, go watch the Self-Worth video. Real talk. It's got some great content in it. It's got some things that I think a lot of people need to hear, because a lot of people don't tell people the stuff that they're hearing in this video. You know what I'm saying? So go check out the Self-Worth video, and you will totally understand where I'm coming from when I said what I just said. But again, sometimes bitter people with that asshole entourage, you can't do a whole lot being a worker. They're customers and they're just bitter. So the only thing you can do is just try to kill them with kindness. I know that sucks. I know a lot of y'all are like, man, some of these motherfuckers come in here, man, and man, they just think. I get it. If anybody get it, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You can be kind of a smart ass without being a smart ass, but jokingly, you just got to figure out how to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, your happiness is what's going to drive you to be the best, worker that you can be, in anything. At the end of the day, in your relationship, your happiness is what drives you to be the best person you can be. If you with somebody and they bitter, kick their bitter ass to the sugar factory so they can sweeten the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Something, because nobody deserves to be unhappy. We all deserve to be happy. And it's just a lot of bitter ass people out there who are not happy with themselves, with their life, with their situation, their personal life, whatever the case may be. Their dog shitted on the rug. They didn't like it. I don't know what it is. Why you bitter? I don't know why you bitter. But a lot of people ask me, man, do you ever have a bad day? And I say, I have a bad day every day. Every day I have a bad day to some degree. It may not be like horrific, but I have a bad day to a certain extent. But it's not about me projecting my bad day or what happened bad in my day on everybody else just to rain on somebody else's parade to make myself look good. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to be the happiest, funniest, fun person to be around. Whether I'm at work, whether I'm at home, no matter where I go. You know what I'm saying? No matter where I go. So bitterness also works with kids in school. So that's why you got a lot of kids that bully kids or talk about kids because of their color, their race, or whatever the case may be, or because they may not have the more up-to-date clothes. Bitter ass kids. You know where bitter ass kids come from? Parents that buy they bitter ass kids shit and they don't change, but be mad because their kids don't act right, but they still buy them stuff. Or just straight up bitter ass parents. You know what I'm saying? So the message is bitter people, they're everywhere. We just have to be understanding that you're not happy with your life. You're not happy with who you are. You wish you could be somebody else, but you're not. So you're bitter. You wish you can be with somebody else, but you're not. So you're bitter. You wish that you can go to a better school, but you're not. So you bitter as hell. Bitter. Stop being fucking bitter. Seriously. Because there's some great people out there that's just happy and want to be happy, and your bitter ass come along and try to break them down. You know what that is? That's the devil. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? He hate to see two mufkas get together and be happy. He just hate it. So he tries to turn one of them happy people bitter so then they can affect the other happy person. And then now you got two bitter people bickering, and he's like, dance, puppet, dance. And that's what bitter people do. They dance to that asshole entourage bitter ass song. They just a shucking and jiving. You know what I'm saying? So if you learned anything out of this video, awesome. If you like what I'm talking about, leave a comment below, thumbs it up, subscribe, hit the notification button, share it with people. I'm just trying to get information in people's ears that may not hear the things that I talk about. Because from my understanding, a lot of people that I talk to, they always say, man, I never thought about it like that, or I never seen it like that, or man, what you said in that one part, that really makes sense. I don't need a pat on the back. I just need people to take what they hear and apply it to their lives as best they can, apply it to other people's lives, just try to be a better person. Wake up with a better attitude to try to be better and go out and be better. At the end of the day, it'll all feel good when it comes back to the house. You know, when you lay down, when you lay your head down, you can think about it. Man, I did a great job today. Things were great, you know, because I wasn't bitter. You know, I wanted to be better, and I did things better today than I did yesterday. So, again, I'm AKA Hot Lava, BKA, the one that sees, Gino Jones. I'm out. Deuces, everybody.